Tulsa Public Schools says they will be forming a team to see what changes may be necessary to protect your student at school following yesterday's deadly school shooting down in Florida.
TPS Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Deborah joining us now live on the telephone to talk more about that and what the district is doing to keep kids safe. Good morning. And Doctor, let me begin by asking you just your initial thoughts as you saw this unfolding on your television yesterday afternoon.
Good morning, Rich and Leanne. I think like everyone, your heart stops for a moment and you think about all of the young people in your life who you love. And as superintendent, I immediately think, how can this be happening? And immediately go into action mode. We have very strong emergency plans in place in our district, but every time a situation like this happens, it is a moment where we must review those and make sure that we have them as tight as they can possibly be to keep people's children safe at school every day. You know,
there have been changes at the different elementary, high school, middle school campuses themselves. In this particular situation, though, Dr. Gist, school was letting out, which is a time when you kind of let down your guard. What do you guys plan to do now moving forward?
That's what we're looking into right now. So our chief of police and I have been in touch about this. I've been in touch with the mayor and Chief Jordan, and we are going to sit down, review our plans, consider what's different about this situation as compared to earlier incidences that our plans have been built upon, because each time we learn something new. And you're right, in this situation, you had a recent graduate, or a recent student anyway, and it was at a time of day that means that secure campuses are not necessarily the thing that will help. So we have to review that, and we have to just do everything we can to make sure that our plans are as tight as they possibly can be. I would also say that we have to understand that there was other information that was available here. All of this is still emerging, but what we seem to know is that there were indications that this was a young person who had very serious needs, and we need to look into how do we make sure that people can know where to report those kinds of things, and then what do we do in order to respond, and what's in place in order to make sure that we're watching things like that.
We just have a few seconds left with you, Doctor, but today, when students and parents drop their students off at your schools, will they notice anything different?
Probably not today. We have, in Tulsa Public Schools, we have a campus police department. So we have 36 armed police officers and security guards. They have a presence in our schools and do monitoring of other schools. So we're very fortunate. Now that's something unfortunately, with budget cuts, we've made a few reductions and looked into what we can do there, but we've been able to hold on to that because we know how important safety and security is. So I feel confident in the plans we have in place, but we're looking into this to make sure that we're tightening them up as much as we possibly can.
Dr. Gist, we appreciate your time and your insight today on this situation.